Hi, very good evening to you. Welcome to Restorative Stretch with me, Rob. Welcome to tonight's session. Okay, right, today we're looking at Periformis stretching. How can we get our hips to open up a little bit wider? How to move through our hip eversion, inversions, abduction, adductions. So how we're going to move our hips. I know those are my hands. We're going to make your legs. Here we go. Let's go for it. Grab yourself a drink of water. Cheers. Take a little sip, lick around your lips and hydrate. So, from there, find yourself a space, close the doors, put your own shoes on, put your own music on, here to stretch. What we're trying to do here is work on our breathing, get our breathing level down nice and calm and relaxed, de-stress from the day, get your tunes on, relax. Check around one way, check around the other, make sure you're not going to put your hands in a spinning bike or a bench press, whatever you've got beside you. And from here, we're just going to stand with our feet underneath our sitting bones. We're going to check our toe position, getting our toes, our big toe anatomically turning slightly, our second toe is nice and parallel to each other. From here, we're just going to roll over our toes. So we're getting the knuckles down to the ground each time. And we're keeping those feet toe to heel parallel, but big toe slightly turned in into that position there. Now, each time as you're rolling through the foot, I want you to try and get as much extension through your ankle as possible. So this plantar flexion here, and trying to get as much pronation through those knuckles of your toes as possible. So really rotate through. Now, as we're working through here, the knees are tracking backwards and forwards in the same line as our feet. Our shoulders now retract back into position. And if you did Pilates with me this week, we were talking about centering our body and pulling ourselves up nice and tall. Now, imagine you've got two badges up here on your chest, and they're going to be pointing slightly up towards the ceiling. So you're going to give me a bit of what's called posterior pelvic tilt, i.e. you're pushing forward slightly on your hips and your pelvis. And this is really important for this class. What we're trying to do is lengthen out the hip flexors here at the front of the body. Their job is to pull your knees up towards your chest. So try and get as much movement here with the ankles, really rolling over. Now, if you're finding this difficult because you're on a wooden floor or you're on gravel, stick a good comfortable mat or fold up a towel and put it underneath it. It's not about breaking your bones in your foot. Got 28 of them in there. Let's try and be kind to our body. Okay, from here, let's just take our arms up nice and wide. Our thumbs are pointing up to the ceiling. And from here, we're going to web out our fingers to 3 and 4, nice and wide. Now, I want you to try and get as much movement between those fingers as possible. You're trying to open them up as wide as you possibly can. Now, shoulders back, chest up, posture up into here. Allow your chest to drive forward slightly further. And you're allowing the shoulders to retract back slightly, so they're here. So if you're here, come back through that gap, yeah? Nice and straight here. Looking good. Nice. From here, fold down, relaxing the feet. Check your foot position again, so feet underneath your sitting bones, forward flex, chin down, jaw down, nose down. Look between your feet and just hold yourself down in position here. Feel the extension all the way through the lower lumbar. Trying to make that work. Good, good. Now fold the arms, point the elbows down to the ground as well. Feel that extension through the lower back. Now, in this position here, you should feel big toe to little toe flat down to the floor, toes to the heel grounded as well. Slowly pull yourself back up through into standing. Allow the pelvis to drive forward. Again, those two breast pockets are now stretching up towards the ceiling. Retract the shoulder blades. Web your fingers out wide. Pull up high towards the ceiling. And then lean back. Now, keep your chin down towards your chest and allow your shoulders to reach back here. Now, if you're getting to here and you're stopping, your chest is way too tight. Work on some chest mobility and flexion extension work for you. Back into here. And again, this posterior tilt really pushing forward. So reversing the angle of the body from its normal sitting position into posterior tilt. Now, from here, raise up onto your tiptoes and push your heels out. Range through and feel the extension through the abdominals here. Big long reach, thumbs back, up high into posture. Arms wide into T. And again, retract the shoulder blades. So you're coming back here. So full on angel of the north position. Now, turn your hands so your palms face up and your thumbs are pointing back behind you. Lead with your thumbs so they're coming back here. Real open up on the chest. Nice deep breath in. Now, if you can't feel the stretching, extending, you need to lean forward a bit with your chest, pull back with your arms, and get as high onto the balls of your feet as you can. And release. Drop it out. From there, feet are going to go wide. Pelvis forward, chest up high. Rock down towards the right side, come back up. Rock down to the left side, and then come back up again. Check your toe position, turn the heels in, heels out. Lateral flex again. Come back up, lateral flex to the side. Go wider with a step if you can. Turn the toes in like we were doing in our neutral spine position. And we're going to drop down to the side again. And you might find a little tug on the inside of your thighs if you're really tight in your adductors. Over to the side. And again, slow pull up and reach again. Slow turn and down again. And from here, hands by your thighs and then reaching down towards the floor. Chin down, jaw down, nose down, look through your feet towards the wall behind you. Feel a lovely extension all the way through the back of the legs. Slowly coming back through into extension to standing, stretch your arms up high. Thumbs pointed behind you, fingers webbed out wide still, reaching back. Pronounce the chest forward. And you want to feel your abdominal muscles are lengthening and stretching here. Retracting out wide into T, forward flex, drop down. Toes turning slightly again. Fold the arms, point your elbows down to the ground. Drop your chin on the chest, nose down, eyes down, look through your feet. And this is a wide foot ragdoll position here. Unfold the arms, slowly coming back up through into extension. Drop arms up wide and back through into T, extend up overhead. Quite a lot of pelvis movement here before we start working on some of these deeper stretches. Again, forward fold, feet again parallel, big toes turning slightly, arms folded, elbows down to the ground. Chin down on your chest, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds. 3 and 4. Exhale slow for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, nice deep breath in for 4. Hold that breath and then breathe out for 8. And again, deep breath in for 4. Hold that breath. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale for 8, 6, 4, 2, and slowly back up through plane into standing. Up through into T, arms out wide. Thumbs up, fingers wide out. Stretch up overhead. And release. Grab yourself a quick drink of water. Take a sip, lick it around your lips. Cheers. Okay. So our first exercise. Now, if you're on a wooden floor, okay, like I am, move your mat out the way, okay, because if it slides, you're going to go flying, okay? So from here, we're going to do what's called a standing periformis stretch. What we're going to do, you need a wall beside you, or a chair, or a bench, or a banister, or something you can put your hand onto, okay? We're going to take this left foot and place it over the top of our right thigh, okay? So you need to be able to get it up to here. Okay, from here, we're going to keep our back up, our chest up, our nose up, and we're going to allow ourselves to bend the knee to sit down into the stretch here. Now, when you get confident with this, you'll be able to sit nice and low, and you get a lovely deep stretch in the backside. Now, if you've got your left foot over your right thigh, you should be able to take your right hand and place it underneath your right foot. If you now take your left hand, you'll be able to place it on your left thigh and stretch through. Allow yourself to flex down. Now, if you're struggling with this, keep one hand on the wall and just push that knee down and then sit. Okay, so you've got 3 points of contact here. 1 is your foot down into the floor, 2 is the hand into the wall, and 3 is the push down and get gravity through your knee. It's a lovely deep stretch. Now, just allow your eyes to close and feel what's happening here. You want to feel a nice deep stretch on the outside of the glutes. So on the outside, through that glute medius, and you're going to feel that glute max open as well. If you're particularly tight in your adductors, your inner thigh muscles, you are going to feel it in the inside of your left thigh here. You might also find this in your lower back, and you might also find it stretching hard on your standing leg. Now, we need to try and relax the body into this in some shape or form. One of the hardest stretches to do, glute work in periformis and certainly interpectineus group, are 2 of the hardest stretches to work through. 1, they're not comfortable, and 2, your body doesn't like relaxing those muscles. Obviously, because it's around your erogenous zones. So, sit down and just close your eyes and drop the knee through. So this is all about now trying to relax your breathing. Take a deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly stand. Take the pressure off that lead leg. Extend the left leg out. Shake it out. Take a walk around. Okay, you're going to feel 2 things. 1, instability in the left hip from the left movement here. And 2, the right thigh is going to have got a little bit tight on the right hip as well. So circumduct your hips in a bit of a hula hoop. Counterclockwise it the opposite way. And relax. Okay, left hand on the wall now. So you might need to turn around, or whatever you're doing, wherever you are. You can take that right leg and place this up on the right thigh. Now, straight away, I can feel my glute med here is screaming at me. So I know that I'm tight here. So we're going to sit down into this position again. Again, if we feel comfortable with this, we can then take our hand to our thigh, push it down, and grab our left hand onto our right foot and pull it up. It's going to open at the pelvis, turning the hip outwards, and feel a nice deep stretch. Alternatively, you can sit down a little bit lower, keep your left hand on the wall, and open up the pelvis further here. Again, find the level that you want to work at. Can you balance it? Can you hold here? Let me know afterwards. Hashtag balance or hashtag held on for dear life. Work it through. Okay, if you're super good at this, you'll be able to get your forearms down on this bent knee. And again, you're pushing onto the thigh or onto the shin, avoiding the knee if you can. Okay. Again, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Slow deep breath out for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that deep breath back in for 4. You'll find if you close your eyes, you'll lose your balance. Breathe out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, nice deep breath in. Slow exhale. Go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one here. Nice deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7. Again, use the wall, use the chair, use whatever you need to keep the balance. If it's too much pressure on your knee, bring your shin up slightly higher. Feel that extension on the outside. Slowly releasing. Oh, this is going to be stiff. From there, standing yourself up, grabbing the foot, slowly unhinging, unfolding that leg. Take yourself out and take it through into a circle of the hips again. So we're hula hooping, getting some movement back into the hips. Getting lateral as wide as we can. Stick your bottom back, drive your hips and your tummy forward. Counterclockwise the opposite way. Really good. Nice. So from here, we're going to lay onto our back. So on our back, legs out nice and straight, arms extended overhead. Stretch your body out as tall as you can. From here, we're going to bend our left foot and our left knee up towards our hips, so our heels up to our bottom. And we're going to take that left foot and place it over our right thigh. From here, we're going to take our hand to our right thigh and we're going to pull it over to the side. Now, as you're doing this, try and keep your shoulder blades down to the floor and keep your head looking up to the ceiling. It's a lovely, big, deep stretch. Again, opening up the Periformis group, but also that gluteal group of muscles for you. So Periformis is open up nicely, the gluteal group open, shoulder blades back to the floor, head back. Now, this is a great stretch because you can allow your body just to relax into this. So your head back to the floor, looking up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in for 4. And slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, nice deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you feel comfortable with this, you can extend the leg away from you slightly. Again, try and keep your shoulder blades back towards the ceiling. So your shoulder blades will be down towards the floor, your chest up to the ceiling. And just lean a little bit more into your left shoulder. So you've got your left leg across your body, but your left shoulder going down deeper into the ground. Push the left elbow into the ground and see if you can get your right shoulder and your right elbow down to the ground as well. See how far you are off the floor. If you're off the floor with either or any of those appendages, make sure you practice this in the week. Again, close the eyes. Take a deep breath in for 4 again. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, flexing the knee. Let the leg come back across the body, extend the arms up overhead, stretch the body out as tall as you can, lengthen the body out. Trying to bring the elbows back towards the floor, toes pointed away from the body completely extended and stretched out. Now we're going to swap sides and do the other side. So here we go. Just going to spin round through 180, you don't need to, unless you haven't got the ring, and of course you will need to. So again, we're going to now take our right foot up, our right knee up to the ceiling. Maybe give it a bit of a assist, see if you get that right heel up into your bottom. Right knee facing right up to the ceiling, arms down by your side. Now we take our right foot over the left thigh. And then we're just going to guide it over. And again, you might find this pulls slightly into the lower rectus spinae for you, or you're going to find it pull into that gluteal, or you're going to find that periformis. And I guarantee that the more you try and get that knee over to the side, the more that periformis is going to stretch out. Now, as you pull the knee over, you're going to find your shoulder blades are going to come off the floor on one side. So try and push that right shoulder blade back into the ground, the right elbow down. If you can, you're going to bring that knee up slightly higher. And just take notice for me of what feels tight. Now, for me, in this situation, I know I have an adductor problem here. So I can feel I've got my right knee across the body. I've got the knee supported into position. The shoulder blades are back to the floor and the right elbow down. But I can feel this really tight in my right groin. It tells me how tight I am in that pectineus in my right inner thigh. Good news for you guys, we're going to stretch that out in a minute. We're going to extend the right leg further. Shoulder blades back down to the ground. Shoulders turned. So we're trying to drive them back down into the ground. And again, you might be able to now release the leg and let the weight of the leg in full extension create that stretch on the outside of the glute. By the way, when I'm talking about my pectineus, the inner thigh here, the groin, I can still feel it heavily on the outside of the hip and the glute as well. Again, support whatever feels it needs support. So if it feels like you need to lift the left knee slightly higher, or the right knee slightly higher, or the right hip across slightly and support across on your buttock to get it across. If you feel like you need to take maybe one hand to your shoulder and push that back down towards the ground to give you that elongation, work through where you feel your body is needing it. At the moment, you should now be feeling that gravity is doing its job. It's pulling the joints to where it needs to be. The muscles are starting to be allowed to relax. If you're tensing them, close your eyes and work harder on your breathing. If you're feeling the muscles are tense here, breathe deeper. Close the eyes and relax as much as you possibly can. It's tough. Deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You should be feeling that knee dropping maybe just a millimeter. Allow it to go. Last hold here. Ready? Deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now you've got to try and get out of this, so good luck. Bring your hand underneath the right knee, just to aid it up and over. Support with the other right hand. Extend your body out tall. Lengthen your body out. Reach and stretch. and release. From there, sitting ourselves up, we're going to take our feet out wide as we feel comfortable here. Raising our toes up slightly. I'm just going to turn to a 45-degree angle here. Okay, the challenge here is to reach down towards our feet. Okay, so you might get as far as your thighs, you might get as far as your shins. Any movement here, really good. Now, try and take your feet a little bit wider if you can. And then you're going to try and reach in towards your big toes here. Allow your chin to drop down on your chest. It's a lovely big stretch for a number of areas. The wider you've got your feet, the more you're going to feel your inner thigh and into your adductors. Pulling a little bit of that periformis in as well. Pectineus in it. Pull back on the big toe slightly, and if you can reach towards your little toes. If you're struggling to get there, maybe grab a towel, place one over one side and pull it one hand, put another towel over the other side just to pull back into it. If you're struggling with that, just grab onto your shins. Okay, from here, dropping the chin down on the chest, give the curvature through the back. That flex of the spine, the extension of the lower back. And it's a nice stretch this. It's doing a couple of things. Trying to keep your ankles dorsiflexed so your toes are up towards the ceiling. Feel a nice big stretch through the back of the calves. Try and get the back of your knees down to the floor as flat as you can. Drop the chin on the chest for the extension through the neck and the shoulders. If you feel comfortable, you're going to take the feet out a little bit wider and drop yourself in again into this position. Again, a nice deep breath here for 4. And then a slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, see if you can extend those legs a bit further. See if you can get the back of the knees down towards the ground. Try and let your mind go with this. Let that deep exhale breath be good. Be long, be strong. See if the feet will get a little bit wider again. Again, pulling back on those big toes, if you can reach them. All your toes, if you can reach them here. If you're on your thighs, that's good as well. It's about your progress. And if you're feeling you're straining into this position here, ease off. Bring the feet back together slightly closer if you need to. Be kind to your body. Allow a little flexion at the knee if it needs it. If, however, like me, you feel like you can go a little bit wider again, we're going to go a little bit wider again. Taking the feet out, stretching down, reaching down towards those toes. Give it as much extension through the back of the hamstrings as possible. That dorsiflexion at the ankle, really good, extending out the back of the calves for us. Feel a nice deep stretch through the back of the hamstrings, pulling into the adductors. The head relaxed, the extension through the upper back. Body working well. Last deep breath in for 4 for me. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Walking your hands back up your shins. Walk the feet together. I know you've got to try and get to standing. This is the hardest bit. Turn yourself around. Walk up into standing, whichever way you're going to get here. From here, feet under sitting bones. Final stretch here. Stand yourself up nice and tall. You should feel the change in the vertebrae and the spine of your body. Okay, you should feel that there's a straight line from your ear, through your shoulder, through your hips, through your knees to your ankle. Forward fold for me once more. Drop down. Taking that nice deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly allowing yourself to come back up through into standing. Always drive forward. T, stretch, elongate, relax, shake it out. Interlace your fingers, roll your fingers one way, roll back the other way. Really, really well trained. Grab yourself a drink of water. I'm back tomorrow evening. You've got HIIT training at 6:30, so come and join me for that. And I'm back here Friday morning. Got a HIIT 20 session. That's at 7:35 a.m. Followed by body conditioning at 8 o'clock. Great all-around body workout there. The other thing I'm recommending to you, if you've enjoyed that class tonight, have a go at the stretch and flow class. It's at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning with me. Come and join me for that as well. Have a great day wherever you are. Thanks for joining me. See you next time for the next one. Well done.